speaking of it being a while since you did this, I mean, it's funny. You walk in here and everybody's got haircuts, and it's like everybody's a new person. What's it been like to have
took a shower
days?
and, you know.
Wasn't going to say anything.
No, it's good. It's just good to be home. I feel like we haven't had a stretch like this where you're home and sleeping in your own bed and getting on a routine. That's important. That was tough, that 5 out of 7. Coming right out of the break, and then with the travel, we had, the OKC, afternoon game. That was tough on all of us. So just nice to be back. Nice. Got a good practice day in today, so that was good. Worked on a few things, specific things on both sides of the ball. So.
Are there any updates that you are able to share just about you guys? You having guys back in the gym today?
Donovan did the whole practice. Max did 90% of the practice, and he could have gotten more. We just, so that was good. Who else? Dean did the whole practice. J.A. did not. He didn't practice. He conditioned and did some treatment, so we'll see about him. But like I said about J.A., this is not long term at all. This is if he is out, it's a short term thing.
And then how just nice is it you mentioned Max being back, like when he's out there, right? Like when he's practicing, you can feel him out there. How nice is it to have him?
Yeah, me and him got into it a little bit today, in a loving way, right? Like he's always going to challenge you. He's always going to bring an energy. He does every drill 100%. We missed a player, obviously, but we missed his personality. So good. Him and James did a small group workout before they started, so that was cool. So, makes you feel optimistic, right? You're starting to get whole and starting to, adding Max is like adding another excellent free agent, if you look at it that way. So, really trending positive.
We've seen quite a bit of the split action with Sam and James up top. I just, from your lens, what do you like about that offensive set, and what does that do for each player?
Yeah, I think what James has figured out, excuse me, is that Sam can be really valuable to his game and our game overall, right? If you find who can, so that's been really good, like how quickly James has jumped on that and how quickly they have their synergies. Splits is one of them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we run that double drag action and put Sam first, and they discuss, are they switching, staying with their own, and everything that goes with that. It's so fun when you put smart players together, smart and skilled, and I think that's what you're seeing there.
Obviously, there's some uncertainty about what version of Max you're going to get, considering how much time he has missed. But where do you feel like he can help you guys the most down the stretch?
He adds another connector. Him and Sam are that connector piece, and at an elite level, because they got the skill, and then they have the kind of know-how, IQ. I'd say the other area where we miss is his screening ability, because Max, probably a little limit on Sam on what he can do screening wise, but Max can get that, that elite defender off our elite ball handlers, and then we get all the grit and the winning plays and big shots and all that. So, it's exciting, what that can look like. I think the challenge for me, and we all know it, I was just looking at the roster this morning, is like, how are we going to play all these guys, once we're fully healthy, which is the best problem in the world to have as a coach. But, thinking Dennis, and, it's really going to be a game-to-game thing on who we're finishing with, and then who's in the rotation, and what does that look like?
Just from a coaching perspective, seeing everything that Max has gone throughout the course of this season, like how nice is it to see a light at the end of the tunnel here?
Just nice to see him smiling. I think there was just times during the year where he just wasn't you didn't see that smile because he's going through that grind, and he's such a hooper, and that taken away from him. That I'm sure there's not many things worse than that for Max Strus. Like, take basketball away, take competition away. That's who he is. So I think it's been really tough, but so it's nice to see him in the mix again and happy again.
You mentioned it being a good problem to have, having so many guys.
Yeah.
But given the sheer number of games you have left to sort of sort that out, just how challenging is that for you?
Yeah, no, it's a challenge, and we got to move quick here. We got to, that's why I can't wait till JA gets back. We'll have our full roster get mad, and then we have to make decisions. And they're going to be tough decisions to make. End of game, but like I said, just rotation-wise, kind of what that looks like. So that's why they pay us the big bucks, right, as coaches, to figure that out. But like I said, it's a good problem to have.
Kenny, last year you talked about how when you were at Tyloo, you start incorporating playoff stuff during the regular season. How is that process?
That's what we did today. It was complete focus on what we're going to see in the playoffs, both sides of the ball. Good. It's just great. We got live reps instead of film and walkthrough. Like today, we actually worked on it and got reps at it and got reads out of it, both sides. And those days are rare.
Yeah.
I felt like this was a big practice day, and tomorrow less so because we can't overdo it. But today was like we got a real good practice day and working on our playoff intentions.
How is this year different than last year?
I guess similar. I don't know. It feels like we had more days coming out of All-Star last year to practice. I can't quite remember. The fact that we had 5 out of 7 right out of the gate made it a little difficult, especially with the new faces on the roster. So it just seems a little later where we've gotten a practice day in.
Haven't seen too many of single big with James and Evan so far. I think it's like only 56 possessions or something like that.
With the two bigs together?
No, just him, just Evan and James single big. What are you looking for out of that maybe over the next couple of games if Jay is not able to go? And is there differences in the ways that they screen, where they position and all that?
Yeah, the spacing's completely different.
Yeah.
So, and Evan adds the pop element because he's not 100%. Jay is 100% roll, so that's so. Him and James, and Donovan's already got this synergy with and played with Evan alone. So with James, that'll be a something new. But again, like who knows? Game 3, first round of play, you might have to go with the single big. You might have to go with Evan as your only 5. So it's great we're getting reps at it. And I hate JA being out, potentially out. But the positive is we'll kind of James and Evan can get some synergy with that single big lineup.
Okay, just gonna wrap.
All right.